Yeah. Let's do a bit of a wander. I want to just keep showing you piglets every day, but honestly, I probably can't just show you piglets every day. So let's look at what else is going on. The stinging nettles here are growing. You can see they're a couple inches tall almost ready to start harvesting. And all these little green bits are the raspberry runners. I have so many runners from this one variety of raspberry, which is Anne. It's a white raspberry. There's the lovage, which we've seen before, and it's really taken off. There are some haskap berries, which is a kind of northern berry that are growing in here that I hadn't expected them to grow in here, but they are. The geese are losing some feathers around the base of their necks, so they look ridiculous right now. At first I thought they had like a swelling or a problem, but it's just that they have intact feathers up higher and they're molting their lower feathers. And when feathers molt, they just fall out, being pushed by the feather behind. So there's a little bit of time when there's no feathers at all in there. That's my rhubarb. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 rhubarbs that I planted last year that I got from my friend Ellen. And then up between the trees there are 2 more, so that's plenty. And I have actually one of those black pots has a rhubarb in it that I need to find a home for. My sweet Sicily is coming up. That's that clump right there. It has leaves that taste like black licorice. So either you like that kind of thing or you don't. And the seeds taste like black licorice or fennel when you chew on them. It's super hardy, grows well, smells beautiful, and I like black licorice. I love the taste of it. The Emdens are still hanging out in here. They're locked in again. They've been... Oh, there's an egg. The Emdens have been in here for a week, and after 2 weeks of being in here separate, I will start letting her keep her eggs to sit on. But right now I'm taking the eggs out, which is a bit of a undertaking because she doesn't like them. I'm not taking her eggs out right now. I'm just going to pick up this one egg, which so this spot right here is actually the back of the back of that weird corner that I've been showing you where the ducks and chickens squeeze in to lay. And so they lay in there, and then the eggs fall out this back little corner here into this run, which is funny. This rooster here has, normally I only save roosters to breed because they have the correct comb and feathers. But this rooster is going to stay and raise another generation, or father another generation of my barnyard chickens. They're not the Chanticleers, but the ones that I'm kind of mixing and matching breeds and breeding them all together until I get, my goal is like a fairly meaty bird, lays blue eggs or green eggs, and doesn't have a comb on it to get frostbitten. He got frostbite on his comb. But he's a fantastic father. He's always hanging around the broody hens and protecting them, and he'll sit on the nest when they get up sometimes. And she's the broody hen right now. I gave her 10 eggs from the purebred chanticleers to see if she can hatch them. She doesn't have a good comb, so she can do farmyard hatching, but she cannot do pure chanticleer hatching. And this is Mama Emden, who I unfortunately stole the eggs from yesterday, and she's sad about it. It was quite an undertaking. And Papa Emden, who's doing a very good job protecting her. Such a good job. You notice this is how he's behaving now. And if I raise my arms and lean towards him, he kind of backs off. Okay. This guy is an Americana rooster. I got him and another rooster from a friend in town. Originally, I was just going to eat them, but their offspring will have green eggs if they're the female, the hen, does not have any blue or green, or if she does have blue or green, then they might have blue eggs. Green is just one gene of brown and one gene of blue mixed together. So he's gonna stick around. He's quite well behaved as well. He's gonna stick around and be part of my flock for mixed, like my barnyard mix ones that I'm kind of working on as a very side hobby project. Why not create a breed for fun while you're preserving breeds for fun? That's his brother. Americanas have muffs, like beards and fluff on their cheeks, and this one has that, and his brother does not have that. This is one of the geese that I hand raised last year, and she's very friendly. She's feeling kind of lonely right now, I think. It's not usual to see geese alone, except occasionally during breeding season. They like to flock. Those are my two Muscovy drakes. Papa on the right, he's a couple years old, and his son Friendly on the left, who's got the beautiful green shine to him. Aren't you pretty? Aren't you pretty? And again, talking about how an animal will have two sets of genes. Friendly here has one gene for having a white head, and you can see his father does not have a white head, and his mother did have a white head, so he has kind of this spotted head that should slowly turn more white as he gets older. I think genetics is so interesting. So we're coming down here. What are we doing down here? Oh, we can look at my raspberries. These raspberries are starting to get leaves on them. Last time we walked around the garden, there were no leaves at all on these raspberries, so I wasn't sure if they had survived the winter or not, but they absolutely have. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't have. They're very hardy here. In my garden, two things have been popping up. One is grass. This is a really good time of year to dig up grass because it sends out these long underground roots, and the soil is nice and soft, and the underground roots haven't really rooted into the soil. They're just snaking along in preparation for rooting into the soil. So they haven't made a good anchor yet. So you can just pull out these long roots. And the other thing growing here is these strawberries, which are, there did used to be strawberries in these boxes. And I dug them all up and transplanted them, and they didn't take. But I've noticed those strawberries there, and there are also some strawberries with slightly different leaves growing. Let's see if I can find a clump close to my garden. Not really. The best I can do is say that, like, right out there. That's a patch of strawberries. So, those strawberries are, they look more like wild strawberries to me. So I'm going to transplant them and see if they want to give me some berries. Then over here is my hascat patch. And there was, some things happened this winter. I mean, things are always happening. This here is a clove currant that my gate fell on. And clove currant will be fine. It's doing some nice greening up, which is good. This here is some hascat berries. You can see the buds are opening with the leaves right there. So that's awesome. There's actually a row right here of hascaps and hardy cherries. And there's another row right here of hascaps and hardy cherries. And right now the geese are coming in here and they're not eating the hascaps. They're just eating the grass. So that's okay. But you can see that over the winter, they just stripped the bark off the outer branches of these apple trees. So this apple tree is fine, like it's growing right there. I don't know if you can see that. But it's got little buds coming out. But I need to make sure, because they like apple trees so much, that they can't come in here. Which means I need to find something else to eat the grass in here. But I have, oh, there's a little white-crowned sparrow, I am told. Oh, so I need to find someone else to come in and eat the grass. A pig got in here and dug up, luckily dug up a spot that was not actually garden, just between the bushes. That's not a problem at all for me. Yeah, garden. There are a bunch of plum trees that aren't doing anything yet, a bunch of apple trees that aren't doing anything yet. This is the warmest slope. It's south facing. It faces right across this field. So the sun hits it and just broils it, which means I have to give it water in the summer. But it also means that it's the first to kind of come alive in the spring, which is exciting. I've thought about planting some asparagus on this hill and also planting some asparagus on the north side of my house. And the north side of my house, like the last of the snow is just off it. So there's maybe a month's difference between when the snow comes off this south slope and when the snow comes off the north side of my house. If I planted asparagus in both of those places, I could get an extra month of asparagus. Which, asparagus is what I'm thinking about right now. I have ordered some seeds. What you do with asparagus is you plant them the first year in pots or a nursery bed, and then the second year you plant them in the asparagus bed. In the third or fourth year, you can begin harvesting an actual like food amount. It's the geese way out in that field, grazing like cows. You can see everything is greening up now. Very happy duck. I don't know where the ducks are laying their eggs right now. So my suspicion is that at some point someone's gonna pop up with a bunch of ducklings. It's a very pretty duck, really. There's a duck back here. Oh, hey. This here, you can see that, is June berries, Saskatoon berries. I don't actually know how to pronounce the Latin. Amalancher. And they grew wild here. These are some wild roses. They're just starting to open their buds. And down here there are, I think these are, you have them on the coast too, and they have these white berries that make a bit of a popping sound when you squeeze them. Can never remember their name. I'm just trying to make sure this duck here is all right. She's just sitting. She's probably sleeping. I'm just feeling a little bit, oh yeah, there we go. Hey, Missy. Feeling a little bit sensitive. Wanted to make sure you were okay. Such nice start to the green grass out here. Oh, you're so pretty, so green. Oh. It's a nice stretch. I'll leave you be. Oh, we should go check the pigs' electric fencing because they're constantly burying their electric fencing. So down here they did not have any electric fencing over the winter, and that's why they broke out. And then up in their field up top, I put a grounding rod in there and a little solar powered electric charger up there, and you can see that here they've pushed up all of this dirt along the electric fence. So, I mean, I could have put it on a bunch of these yellow stakes here, and it's a little bit harder for them to push the dirt up against that. Oh, hey, this is a friendly pig. Yeah, hi. So I'm gonna turn the electric off. The dogs, I left that corner for the dogs, both because of the wood there and because I want the dogs to be able to keep the neighbor dogs from digging under the fence. The neighbor dogs do try it. So I think they know that they can go around, but I'm not real sure. So wherever the dirt is touching the electric, it's a problem. Oh wow, this is super neat. Here, let's see if you can see this. See all these like bigger roots there? Those are coming from that spruce tree. So it doesn't really look like that spruce tree is very close compared to these roots. But spruce trees have really long reaching kind of flattish roots. Hey, miss. Oh, we're all so snuggly. No. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah, anything that's touching the electric fence just makes it less strong, less effective. So we're just clearing a little bit of this off so that it's not touching this dirt. And you can see they've actually brought, like, this was a foot above the ground. So they've dug up quite a bit of grass and just shoved the grass to the edges, probably because they wanted to make some nice cool dirt to lay in. And probably partly because they wanted to eat delicious grass, like this pig right here. I just threw this pile of grass. You can see that she is eating that nice loose grass, or nice green grass. Look, the younger pigs are starting to be friendly. This is amazing. know what age they started to do that. This is, they were born in September. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months. So we're just gonna walk along this fence line. Wow, look at that hole. They're so good for taking grass off things. Like, look at this field. So good. Oh, hey, Avalou. I see that you came around and you wanted to be with me. I'll be out in a little bit. I'm just watching this fence wire, making sure there's not dirt touching it or wet foliage. A couple dry twigs won't make a big difference. That's not touching it, but let's just get it before it is. They're like, oh, this delicious grass. You could have eaten it before you pushed it up against the fence wire, little ones. There we go. There's Thea sitting and waiting like a very good dog. Oh wow, they just like, this is where the wood was, and they've just dug this big hole. I don't know if you can see that. That pallet is at ground level. And there used to be more pallets sitting along here with wood on them. They really do like where things used to sit. Look at that hole. Oh my goodness. That's like over a foot deep. Probably doesn't show up so well on film. That's my Thea. Oh yes. Oh. Okay, well, we're gonna finish walking along here, checking the fence, and then I'm going to go show you something that's really funny. Okay, a little bit of dirt. Let's pull that off. Pull a little more off. This is the corner where they piled it up before. I definitely like this corner. What I need to do is really just put a little bit of a higher fence post in this corner. I think they're just gonna dig here normally. Okay, that's nice, and then all the way along there, it's fine. And okay, I'm gonna show you one more thing, and I'm gonna shut this thing off. This is hilarious, guys. Oh no! Oh no! It's gone. There was an egg lying up against that fence. And now there's not, so it must have been Thea's egg. A big goose egg. She carries them around with her sometimes. Well, that was a long wander around the garden and the pig pen. Thank you for joining me. I'm sure there will be more piglets next time. Oh, yes. Oh, pig. Anyways. Oh, there's the secondary boar. And some geese coming in. Wow. Electric back on. Pigs are safe in there. And we'll get going. Thank you for the walk, folks. Have a good evening.